This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're at Kovalev Ward Fight Week. I'm joined by from Main Events, Kathy DUVA. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah. Fight Week is upon us, and yeah, Saturday night it's going to be all go.
It's going to be a great fight.
Absolutely. Kathy, do you believe that both fighters want this fight on Saturday as much as each other?
I think they have to. If they didn't, there'd be something wrong with them. I mean, they are ranked by Ring Magazine #1 and #2 in the world among all weight classes. Guys at that level, the reason they got there is because they just want it more than anybody else.
But for very different reasons, obviously.
Yeah.
Sergey wanting to sort of avenge the loss, and Andre wanting to sort of put the critics or shut the critics up who believe that he lost the fight. So they're going into this fight for very different reasons to try and to make their points.
Yes, Sergey just wants his belts back, and Ward wants respect. So, you know, there are different motivations, but they will, I believe, drive both of them to their very best performances.
Do you believe we're going to see a similar type of fight to the first one?
No, I don't. Not at all. You know, they are both athletes, great athletes. They are both chess players, and they've had 12 rounds to look at each other and assess each other, and they have had 7 more months to think about what they would do differently. And I think that neither one of them is going to go and show the other guy what he saw last time. That would be crazy. So to me, you know, as I try to step out and be a fan, the 2 best fighters in the world, in their prime, fighting each other. You know, for that #1 supremacy, and both thinkers in addition to being fighters. You know, people keep trying to characterize this as a slugger against a boxer. Sergey is a tremendous boxer. He outboxed Bernard Hopkins for 12 rounds. That's not a slugger. And I think that, you know, his problem last time was that he gassed. He overtrained. I mean, way overtrained. He didn't feel well in training, and he just kept trying to do more and more and more, and he made it worse. This time he brought in a biathlon coach from Russia, and the rhythms of the biathlon are not that different from a fight. There's about a 50-minute event. There's starts and stops. You have to stop. You're skiing full out. You stop. You have to shoot at a target. It means you got to bring your heart rate down. Got to bring your breathing down so that you can be steady when you shoot. They use a lot of biofeedback techniques to teach their athletes to bring their heart rate down. That's what he did with Sergey. So between those rounds, he will be sitting on that stool and bringing his heart rate back to normal. Makes a big difference in your stamina, and this guy coached him for stamina, for distance. And we think that for 12 rounds he will be, you know, as strong as he was for the first 4 last time. And if that's the case, then Ward is going to have a very different problem to solve.
When asked just the grand arrival what they need to do differently, Andre Ward said nothing, and Sergey said he has to kick his ass more.
Yes.
Which is very Kovalev-esque. So is that basically what needs to happen?
I think it's way more complicated than that. I think they both know it, but they're not going to sit there and explain it to you. Again, they're both students of the game in a very precise and technical way at a level most fighters never achieve. Whatever's going on in their brains, I don't think any of us are going to be able to understand that, but we'll get to see it, you know, on Saturday when it's unleashed.
But like you said, to get 2 of the best fighters in any weight class to fight each other nowadays is difficult, but it's happening more and more. We've got Canelo and Golovkin fighting in September. We have the second fight between these 2 fighters, Ward and Kovalev. So this is happening more. When, I don't know, maybe a couple of years ago, it was very difficult to get the 2 best in the weight class to fight each other.
I know. Well, you know, I like to think my company has a history of doing that. The last time the 2 best fighters in the world, #1 and #2, fought each other was Whitaker and Chavez. We had Whitaker. That was 24 years ago. Holyfield and Bowe, they fought immediate rematches with each other in their prime. Vargas and Mosley fought, you know, immediate rematches in their prime. The fights we couldn't get made like that. Whitaker never got a rematch from Chavez, never got a rematch from Oscar De La Hoya. So there was a time, you know, when there's this idea that, well, back then there always had these rematches and whatnot. Not always, sometimes. But my company, our belief is that you don't become the best unless you challenge yourself by fighting the best. And whether you win or lose, you learn something and you get better. And that is how we conduct our business. And I'm very happy that Andre Ward was willing to get in the ring with Sergey in the first place. And I'm very happy that he's living up to his commitment to give Sergey a chance to get his belts back. And I think that we have to have an interesting outcome here. I don't think this is one of those pay-per-views where people would be disappointed because they paid. They're going to get their money's worth.
We don't need another controversy in this fight, do we?
Yeah, we would like not to have one. I would like that the judging not be the story when this one's over. And I think both sides hope very much that the result is emphatic, so there won't be any arguments.
All right, Kathy, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV, and yeah, Saturday night will be on, and we'll see how it pans out.
It's going to be great.
Thank you very much.